Hello, and welcome to another update video about HBAR. HBAR is still in a sideways range. The support area is still respected. However, the micro levels within the range, they are not really respected. So yesterday I shared with you a micro support zone here because we said, okay, maybe, but that remained subject to change and needed to be proven, but maybe, wave 4 is going to complete with this move down in an E wave. And I mean, technically you could say this is still valid because we haven't really had a sustained break below the previous low here, which is marked with wave C. The problem is, and that's important to understand, we're tracking currently an Elliott wave triangle here in a sideways range, obviously in a wave 4. But an E wave in a triangle should not break below the C wave low. That's very important. Now it's done that. Even though it's just a brief break, I think you could still call it valid, but more or less in a volatile market. But I would need to see a surge to the upside now. Now, there is nothing like that, okay? So at the moment, my assumption would be that the triangle is extending. If the white scenario is unfolding, it needs more time. Yeah, and this is always what I said. If we break below that previous low, it's likely the triangle is simply extending, and it's gonna extend sideways basically, which means it needs another DE pattern. It needs another DE pattern if it's a triangle. Has it reduced the likelihood of an upside breakout? Well, it definitely means that the bulls at least need more time. It obviously also keeps the door open for lower prices in the orange scenario, which you know already from previous updates. But as I mentioned, the orange count needs a break below round about 23.5 cents, 23 cents here, these previous swing lows, to confirm it further. And then in this case, we could watch the lower support region starting at 16.7 cents. We've got 12.8 cents there as well for just a wider wave 4. At the moment, the idea would be in the primary scenario that this here is a wave 4 in a triangle. Still though, triangle patterns are normally not the most likely scenario. So it was looking good, and now it got kind of invalidated. Not really, but obviously it's extending. And that always means, okay, is it really still a triangle? Because when the pattern changes in a triangle, it might mean, okay, maybe the bulls can't make it. So it's definitely something. I mean, we cannot ignore the orange count. We just can't ignore it. That also raises the question, could it be could the triangle be the B wave? Could it be not a bullish triangle, but a bearish triangle? That's of course possible. And in this case, the wave count might be A, B, C, D, E, and then it breaks down. That would be maybe even, I mean, it wouldn't make a great difference to what we already have here in orange, okay? But it might make a little bit more sense, which means if the next rally now is corrective and we break to the downside impulsively, then it is the orange count. Kind of makes sense as well. Even though, it would have to be A. So A and then, okay, we have to do it like this. A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, E wave. So obviously triangles are patterns of indecision. This actually counts quite well, like a bearish version of the triangle. But it really, therefore, depends very much on the nature and the structure of the next rally. If it's corrective, forms a lower high, and breaks down impulsively, especially below the C wave low, which probably isn't completed yet. I mean, the orange D wave low or the white C wave low, yeah. But also here we have to consider, right, the D wave shouldn't really break below the B wave. Yeah. So we have to see what happens here. At the moment, I could still call it that way, count it like that. The orange triangle is still subject to change very much. I just want to point out that, of course, a triangle can break out to the downside. The focus now needs to be on where this low forms here. It could form soon, and we would need a corrective bounce next in all scenarios, really, in the D wave in white, in the E wave in orange, and then the move down will be probably very, very decisive. Very decisive, because in the orange count, it might be an impulse. in the white count, it might just be a correction. But this is all about, I just try to explain to you the microstructures. I mean, essentially, they are not so important because this is only really for anybody who wants to understand really what's going on with regards to the microstructures. What is more important is to understand the key levels. And I see one key level, and this is sort of here around these previous swing lows around 23.3, 23.4 cents. Very important. A break below this level would confirm really that move to the downside, and I will then stop looking for a triangle, okay? Because this would be too deep, and then when we take out these lows, it's not a triangle. At the moment, we can make a case for triangles, to be honest, both ways, and we have very clear levels. To the downside, I think the breakout point is mentioned. To the upside, it's here like, 33.9 cents. This is the white B-wave high and a classic breakout point for a triangle. That's the update about HBAR. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.